John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m. A Kubalon Village presents youth field trip events Fridays 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. and 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Ages 5 to 17. $10 per person. Minimum 10, max 15. Saturdays and Sundays 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. $200. Minimum 10, max 15. Includes a Kubalon special, hot dogs, chips, and punch. Akubalon Village's activities and amenities: air hockey, pool table games, video games, foosball, karaoke, movies, TV, cafe. Located at 7701 Harbor Avenue in Detroit, Michigan, 48213. For more information or to schedule, call 313-921-1616, 313-921-1616. Credit cards, checks, cash apps, and Zelle accepted. It's our pleasure to serve you. Culinary pleasure. Have your next social event here at Akubalon Village. Recreation.
Hello, everyone. This is John Beverly, businessman with a conscience, here at the Alchemolan Village, where each one reach one, each one teach one. One brick, one building, one block at a time. And as we often say, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And we show that we care about the things that we do.
One six.
Don't miss ADI Actors Film Premiere. Friday, September 19th at 7 p.m. at the Rivera Cinema in Farmington Hills, Michigan. Get your tickets. And attention business owners, churches and organizations. Get your spot in the film to promote your brand across LICMC radio and major social media outlets. Your spot includes a free ticket to join us on this exciting premiere night. Get your tickets or your promotional spot. Give us a call for info at 248-701-0885. That's 248-701-0885. You can also email us at licmc.netradio@gmail.com. Thank you. See you on movie night.
Hello, everyone. This is John Beverly, the businessman with a conscience here at the Alkemalon Village, where each one reach one, each one teach one brick, one building, one block at a time. I would like to apologize first of all. We seem to be having a few difficulties here, but thank you for taking the time and waiting. Hopefully, we done got this together now. But as I was saying prior to this point, that some of the things that, I'm always talking about different things in my different experiences. And today I was more or less thinking about and wanted to share some information about being in the right place at the right time. Sometimes, we think we're at the right place at the right time, but sometimes we are and sometimes we're not. And there are benefits in being in the right place at the right time, such as not being in front of a bus, wrong time to be there and getting hit. But just to give you a little something to think about and something to kind of make you laugh a little bit. But I was more or less thinking about, some of the different decisions that we make, in our lives. And I was sharing some experiences uh, with a friend of mine's earlier. We was talking about some things that in our life when we're going through different things. I thank God that I've been blessed to be married for 52 years. But as we are coming up as young children, and young adults and young men and women, we don't really know where we're going to end up, where that road is going to take us. And sometimes, even when I was coming up, and I just thank God. And that's why if you often hear me talk about being grateful because it's nobody but God. It wasn't because I've been so good and I've been doing so great and making all the right decisions, but God had mercy on me. He thought enough of me to meet my needs, to let me still be here, to be able to share some of my life experiences because sometimes we get to what they call the crossroad and you get to a point in your life where you don't really know which way to go. And you got one road leading one way and one road is leading the other way. And a lot of times I made the wrong decision and went the wrong way, which have, and a few times, almost took my life for making that wrong decision, being in the wrong place at the wrong time. But it was a learning experience, and I began to learn how to make better decisions because, as I often say, based upon the decisions that we make, brings about consequences. And I didn't expect to. be here today. When I was coming up, I was thinking that maybe I thought I would have been doing good if I was blessed to be able to just live to get 35 years old. And not knowing, I thought that was a long time because, as kids, when you tell of people being 40 and 50 and 60 years old, that seems like old, but it's really not. And I didn't realize that until I turned 40, until I turned 50, and then 60, that that wasn't as old as I thought it was. In some cases, not as old as a lot of you may think it is. Sometimes, the kids say, oh, you old, 30 years old, 40 years old, and oh, I'm getting old. But we all are getting old, but it's a blessing to be able to get old. And like I say, I tells the story being in the right place. And there are times, and what do you call the right place? And I've been blessed. And what I call being in the right place is to be able to still, and I'm always constantly reminding people and talking about being able to see the need and being able to meet the need and being in the right place is sometimes is we think it's all about us, but it's not always all about us. If you be about God's business, he will be about your business. If you take care of his, he'll take care of yours. And down through the years, God has been good to me. Even though I made a lot of bad decisions, I tell people that those decisions that I made, in a sense, was for my good because it was a learning experience, and I learned how to not to keep making those kind of decisions, to be a little more careful about the decisions that we make, because the decisions that we make don't only affect us, don't only affect me, it affect your mother, your father, your sisters, your brothers, your husband and your wives, your children and your grandchildren. And I was looking at just the other day how, this they was talking about, things like the fireworks in particular. A young man, a couple young men just, I don't know nothing about them, but just to see that there, and I'm pretty sure if those young men would have made a better decision, the consequences that they're about to face now, they wouldn't have to deal with it just to, and it's sad because, like I say, those decisions brings about consequences, and not just for us as individuals, because not only did it affect the person that got killed, but now it affect the young man that was involved in it, and now they unfortunately got to. It affects them. They got to go to court and deal with the situation, pay the costs. It affects their families, and I pray that the Lord will comfort them, and in this ongoing situation right now, and that would work things out for them. And sometimes being in the right place at the wrong time, wrong place at the right time. Who's to say? We just go about our lives every day and hoping that we're doing the right thing, and doing so, you know, we have a tendency, I tell a friend of mine, and sometimes he say, "Who was that masked man?" But I take pride in being able to make a decision to be able to help someone at one time or another. When you see the need, see somebody in need, you never know. You never know the impact that you make on a person's life. That when you do different things, and I was sharing some more information just the other day. I was telling my friend that I was on my way to pick him up. And on my way to pick him up, I saw that there was it was a little restaurant and we hadn't had anything to eat. So I pulled over to stop to pick up something to eat and put my emergency blankets on. And there's a couple of young men at the bus stop and they saw me, and they wanted to help. And I didn't know what they were saying. I thought they was up to no good, really. And then I placed the order, and as I was getting ready to pull off, they was running across the street because they thought something was going on with me. I was having issues with the car, and they offered to help. And I thanked them and appreciated it. And I pulled off and waved at them, and I pulled off. But as I got about a block away, I thought about that. I said, they could have saw me and whatever was going on with me, could have not even paid any attention. And I just wanted to show my appreciation because I always tell people when people do something for you, to let them know that you appreciate what they do because they didn't know me from Adam Ant, and whatever the need was or whatever they thought it might have been, they thought there was a need. So they rushed out to try to help meet the need or to be able to help and, came to my rescue, which I didn't need rescuing. But I thought about that and I didn't take it for granted. So I turned around. I made a U-turn and went back to the bus stop. And I saw the two young men, and the Lord put in my heart to bless them with a little something. And there was another person. I said, well, they here, so I'll bless one for the Father, one for the Son, and one for the Holy Ghost. And unbeknown to me, there was another person which made four people. And I said, well, just because they was there, I pulled out, the Lord taught my heart, and I wanted to bless all four of them, and I did. So when they thanked me, and they carried on and they said what they said, which I appreciate it, but it wasn't so much of them appreciating what I did. I appreciated what they thought they was about to do or what they was trying to do. They thought they saw a needed person that needed some help, and they was meeting the need. And I just wanted to encourage them to keep doing what they was doing, to try to be a blessing when you could be a blessing and help when you can. So that's what I meant when I said being in the right place at the right time. Just because those other two people were there, they also reap some of the benefits. They got, I guess you could call that what they call overflow. There was two person that was meeting a need and they were being blessed. And because they was being blessed and happened to be there, they got blessed as well. So what I'm saying is to you to never take life for granted, never take things for granted. But sometimes, the Lord will bless you even when you're not even looking for a blessing, not when sometimes you don't even think, sometimes you be wondering, have the Lord forgot about you? Or you see other people being blessed? Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. You just be thankful. When I see people being blessed, it makes me feel good. I see when people get new cars, I look at them and I say, "Oh, this is nice. I like this here. I'm glad for you." And that's what the way we should be. We should be glad for when the Lord blesses our brothers and sisters, because when the Lord see fit to bless you, when your time come, He'll bless you, and when He come and bless you, you want people to be glad for you too. So when I see people get new houses, I'm glad for them. Cars or whatever, a job or whatever, I'm glad for them. And I just want to encourage people to encourage one another. And for those of you that would say you've been waiting on a blessing and it just seemed like it don't come, ain't gonna come, don't worry about it. Because God is not through blessing you. And if He do it, if He bless them, He will bless you as well. So just focus on not what you want. It's nothing wrong with that now, because there's a lot of things I want in life, but there may be the things that I want may not be what I need. But the Lord always blesses me with my needs. And he said He will put no more on you than you can bear. Sometimes that load will get heavy. Sometimes it seems like it just so hard, it's so unbearable. But just when you think it's about to break your neck, look like the sun shine, the clouds will move back out the way, and then the Lord start pouring out that blessing on you, and just like you be glad for them, somebody be glad for you too. And it makes you feel good when somebody think enough of you. It makes me feel good when people just take the time out and just stop by here to say hello. Sometimes they may not even buy anything out the store or out when I'm cooking, but they say, I just stopped by here to say hello. I let them know that I appreciate it. So Hopefully, I said something to encourage you. And just remember, try to be in the right place at the right time. This is John Beverly, the businessman with a conscience at the Alkemelan Village, where each one reach one, each one teach one brick, one building, one block at a time. Thank you and have a great day.
John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m.